Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Zach Faber from Press X to Crit, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo, namely the Indie World Showcase that they did last week, and just go over what we liked from the showcase. Not like the full showcase, but we're going to go over like the top 5 things that I thought were cool. So let's just get into it. All right. So I know I said I was going to do like top 5 thing, but real quick at the beginning, I'm just going to throw out some stuff I had heard about already that I'm interested in, but like I wouldn't say it was like a big thing from the showcase because I already knew about all these things before, and I kind of knew about most of this stuff. But these 3 we have seen a couple times at Nintendo stuff, so it was cool to see, but like it was not going to be like my favorite thing on the show. So real quick, Chris Tales. I've seen that a bunch. I wasn't initially into this game when it was first shown off a little while ago. But the more Nintendo and other platforms keep showing it, the more I'm intrigued by like it's the way it's playing with time, the past, present, future, like areas on the screen and stuff, and you can change and use that to like give you advantages and stuff. And the art style is really cool. So yeah, so that's something that I've been looking at. Another one of the quick ones is the new upcoming Ninja Turtles game. We've seen that a couple times now, and it still always looks awesome. I really liked the original way back when. So yeah, it just looks like a cool like throwback game, and yeah, definitely gonna be playing that one. And then the next 2 are actually already out now, so you could just go play them. That would be There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension, and The Longing. So There Is No Game, The Wrong Dimension is like kind of like a puzzle game involving like it's like meta humor and stuff like about you playing a game, and it's supposed to be really funny and like just like have good puzzles and stuff. So I've been looking into that for a while. I just haven't got around to playing it. So now that it's out on Switch, I might pick it up and play it because I actually really want to. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one is The Longing, which is a weird game. So it takes place throughout was it 400 days like in real time, so even when you're not playing it, the timer for your save is counting down, and you play like what's the term, like a servant to like this god king guy or something like that, and he's gone to sleep and he's sleeping for 400 days, and you're his last servant, so you're just taking care of like his domain. You're in like a cave system, right? So you can go around, do different stuff, and like if you need water to like get up somewhere or something like that, like you could start the water and then come back like 200 days later and like you'll actually have enough water to get up. And like they're playing with like time like that, where like since you have such a long time, you have to play the game, and they're like playing with it, so you can't do everything like right at the beginning because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense to have it be 400 days. So yeah, that's just something I think it's like a cool like concept to where you actually have to like check back in with a game, and like it'd be cool to like play a little bit and then come back and just see if anything's changed at all in like the last 200 days. But yeah, you're just waiting for the guy to wake up, and yeah, just thought it looked cool. Gonna check it out at some point. All right, time to get on to the games that I hadn't heard of before this presentation, which is kind of what this whole video is about. So yeah, we're gonna start off with Road 96. All right, so Road 96 is like an adventure game where your character is essentially just going on a road trip, but there's like a lot of like character decisions and stuff, and like they're big into the whole your choices like change the game. Like that's kind of the selling point of what they showed off. So like you could call a taxi to get where you're going, you could call like a friend, you could walk. That like the whole point is you get to decide how you're going about things, and it's going to drastically change the events that take place throughout your playthrough. I think they said there's like thousands of different paths that it can be, so they're hoping that like you can play it many, many times and you'll have different outcomes and experiences every time. And yeah, I like the look of it. It looks like a little bit more of like a like lighthearted like indie game, similar to like the Life is Strange kind of like tone. But yeah, it looks cool, and definitely looking forward to getting around to playing it, seeing if it actually follows through with your choices matter kind of thing, or if you're gonna just end up in the same place anyway. But yeah, looking forward to that one. All right, the next entry in this little kind of list thing that we're doing is Ollie Ollie World. So if you're not familiar with the Ollie Ollie series, it's like a skateboarding like side-scrolling thing that like was originally on the Vita, the PlayStation Vita, and we haven't seen it since the Vita kind of shut down. And it's cool to see it coming back on the Nintendo Switch. It's like a perfect fit for it since it's like whole like series has been like a handheld thing. So it's cool to see it put onto the Nintendo Switch, like the predominant handhold of like 2021 at least. And so as you can see here, if you're familiar with the Ollie Ollie franchise, is the game looks a little bit different than the previous entries in the series, and I think it looks pretty tight. Like the bright colors and like the zany characters and stuff. So yeah, I think it looks good. I'm definitely not disappointed with the change. I think the game is gonna be a little bit more adventure-y than the previous entries, because rather than being more of like a Trials style game, it seems like you're gonna be talking to like characters on the sides a little bit more than before. So yeah, that's cool. Like a story like thing, like light story, like mission based maybe, like, hey, go get like this score or something. But yeah, looks good. Looking forward to it. Happy to see the Ollie Ollie series kind of continue and move on to the Switch. All right. So this next one, I don't know if I'm actually excited about it. I was excited when I saw it, maybe a little bit out of nostalgia, but that's the House of Dead remake for the Nintendo Switch. So if you aren't familiar with the House of Dead series, it's a on-rail shooter that you've probably seen in like an arcade or at like a movie theater or something like that. It's the one where you shoot zombies, and it's pretty well known for that. I mean, you got the little laser gun, you point at the screen, you shoot the zombies, then you shoot away to reload. Your typical arcade shooter. It's one of the biggest ones of those that's ever been out, I would say. And it's going to be weird to see what they do with it. Like, is it still going to be like a point at the screen thing? Are we going to be using controllers? Like, I don't know if the controller thing would actually work. So you might have to point at the screen. But with the Switch controllers, I don't know, I haven't used motion controls that much on the Switch, but you might be able to get it to work in a way where you point at the screen. I'm not sure if it has like a IR capability or not in it, because I mean, to be honest, I almost always use my Pro Controller while playing the Switch, so I'm not sure on that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that one turns out and if it's actually good, because I don't think anyone like loves the House of the Dead. But yeah, might be excited for it. We'll see. Okay, and the final entry for this list is obviously, if you saw the show, and if you didn't, it's pretty cool. It's Oxenfree 2. Now, I, for one, was super surprised when they announced Oxenfree 2 here. It seems like it's exclusive to Nintendo Switch, which would be a weird decision, I think, since it was on everything else. And I think I actually played it on Steam the day it came out. So, yeah, it's not like a Switch-like series, but I was really happy to see it. I loved playing Oxenfree, and since Oxenfree, I've actually really liked After Party by Night School. So I'm pretty stoked to see Oxenfree 2. I really liked the last two games, After Party and Oxenfree by Night School, and I think it's going to be good. So if you haven't played the original Oxenfree, yeah, you definitely should do that because it's great. But it's like a group of school kids, or like teenagers in high school. They're like going to party on this island, and then spooky like radio ghost stuff starts happening. And it was a really good like side scrolly, like it was kind of side scrolly. It was more just 2D, like, because you could move up and down and you would like go through like gates and stuff. But yeah, it had like a really cool system with its conversations where like they came off as fairly natural, and like it felt like what you said actually kind of affected like what other people said. It's not like in the Dark Pictures games where you kind of just talk and then they just say whatever they're saying, and that's the conversation. You both said the things you had to say for the conversation to happen. But no, yeah. So Oxenfree was like cool. a little scary. I mean, it doesn't hang heavy on the scary. It's more interesting scary. And just really excited for them to return to the series and see what else they have in store on the creepy Laser Ghost Island. So yeah. All right. So there you have it. That was my little opinion section on the Nintendo Indie World Showcase. That was last week. What I liked. I didn't say what I didn't like because, I mean, it was pretty good and no reason to not like a trailer. But yeah, let me know what you thought. Tell me the trailers you liked. Tell me if you're not excited for the games I am and why. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you disliked it. Leave comments. Do all that stuff. Subscribe, follow, click the bell. You've been on YouTube before. We all say the same thing. Yeah, and just keep coming back because we're gonna keep doing more. So yeah, we'll see you then.